Be here with you today. We're going to do a little coffee cup workout. As always, you should listen to your body and make sure that you're feeling well. If you need to stop for any reason, please stop, take extra rest time, and make sure that you stay hydrated throughout our workout today. But I'm super excited that through our technology, we're able to bring you this workout. And during these times where we're ideally a little separate, because that's what we're asked to do, we're finding a way to reconnect and most importantly, to stay healthy and to move. So again, if you have some equipment here, this is a relative body weight workout. We've got a pair of dumbbells that you can use, and we might start to add in equipment eventually, but today it's going to be pretty minimal. I've got a mat, I've got some dumbbells, so if you've got some different weights in your dumbbells, you can also begin to use those things and switch to body weight anytime. So as for a bit of a warm-up and movement here, we're going to start with some gentle high knees. This could be a static movement where you're bringing your knees up towards the midline and towards your waistline, or this could be more of a jogging high knee movement. As we move throughout, we want to keep our core nice and active and our belly lightly engaged, so we've got some stability through our core. The music here that I have is relatively low, so if you want to put different music on your background, you're certainly welcome to do that. We've got another 10 seconds or so here. Again, if you need to go back to that modification, go back to that modification here. Good, we'll switch it up to heel kickers. Kick those heels up. Our basic movement is heel kickers up to stretch the quads. If you want something more dynamic, we'll find our little movement like a butt kicker here. Breathing through. Turn the music up just a little bit. We've got about another 10 seconds here. Sometimes the hardest part of our workout is this little bit of a warm-up, going from a resting heart rate to elevated. Good, we'll pause here. Make sure you're clear side to side, a good foundation for our squats. Weight is in the heels. I like pressing through the outer edges of the feet. Almost like there's a rubber band pressing the knees out. And if there are no knee troubles, you might sit a little lower. I've got my knee brace on here today. My knee has been a little troublesome, so always be mindful of injuries that you come to practice with. And again, modify accordingly. Good, so from a different side view, we've got here, sitting a little lower, if we can, maybe past that knee line. And again, as long as those knees and toes track in the same line, we're good. Belly and chest remain nice and active and open. We've got another 5 seconds here. Good, and pause. Spatially aware, make sure you're clear behind you. So I like to use my yoga mat or a fitness mat here, so I'm spatially aware too. And we'll practice our reverse lunge. These are great for stability. The stability here is nice through keeping our ears and shoulders and hips in line. We also have our front knee over our front ankle, and the back knee hovers. If this lunge isn't good for you due to knee troubles or ankle issues, go back to your squat anytime, and hands comfortably either to the chest line or they might even be towards the hips. We're starting to feel the heart rate lift a little bit. And the next time you step back, we'll go lunge pulses, 10 here. Good, halfway. Good, pause, step back up and reverse with the back leg. Again, find that comfortable variation and 10 pulse lunges. Good, we're halfway. Good, and rest, we'll shake it out. Again, make sure you're clear side to side. And we'll work either a step out jack or a jumping jack. Jumping jack variations are great. They're super efficient for getting us warmed up, building a little bit of coordination. Great for small spaces, which many of us are probably confined to. Good, stay with your jack or switch to a clapper. So here, we're gonna go arms more parallel to the mat. We're parallel to the ground. Get a little chest and back stretch here. And either stay with your clappers or go crossovers. Right over left, left over right. Again, we've got that good frame with our active belly. and rest. We'll take it here to the mat. Take it down to the ground where we've got our basic push-ups. Okay, basic push-ups, keep a long line of energy. Knees could be down as a nice variation. Remember here we're balancing on our hands, so make sure that the palms are pressing evenly. And we'll find our modified or our more traditional push-up. Keep the neck line nice and long and neutral. Three more. Good. Rest. Press it back, shake out the arms. Next movement from the mat is our plank. So again, planks could be from the palms, either top palms or forearms. Knees here also could be up or down. And planks are great. They really help us to engage our core. Try to draw the navel up and into the spine. Think of pressing away. Make sure that you keep that neck in a nice neutral position and really extend through the legs. Extend through the heels. Press the back of the knees up, or the knees could be down. Controlling the breathing. We've got 10 more seconds here. Trying to really get warmed up from the inside out. And rest. Good, stretch it back like a little child's pose. And then we'll bring it up, either sit on your heels or sit on your bottom, interlace the hands, rotate the wrists. And reverse. So stay hydrated, please. Grab some water anytime. I'm going to as well, especially since this is very talk intensive for me. So excuse me. We will start to add in some equipment here. As I said, if you'd like to start to add in some low weights or some weight work, I've got some 5-pound dumbbells, also some 10 pounds, which we might advance to, but again, any weight that you want to add on is going to be good. We'll start with a top to bottom movement. Now to add on to your weights, you might just crisscross them. So this takes my each 10-pound weight, 5-pound brings it to 10 pounds. And we're going to go tricep extensions overhead. I have a split stance here. You can have a split stance or your shoulder stance, shoulder distance stance. Biceps to frame the ears and elbows up. Again, that strong frame in my midsection and tall posture as I press the weights up and away. So then from a side angle too, I'll think of pressing up as opposed to pressing forward. Keep the elbows pointing high and then the shoulders relaxing. You might switch your stance if you've got that split stance here. Good, we've got 5 more. Good, and pause. You can separate the weights here, and we'll find a tricep kickback from a good variation. Weight is even through my legs here. I'll go elbows high in line with the shoulders, and I'll either do my double kickback or single them out, 1 and 1. And I really want to emphasize keeping my shoulder to elbow parallel toward the ground for either of these variations. I keep a long posture here and my chest open. We've got another few seconds. Good, last 3, 2, 1, and time. So we'll go weights down. We'll go triceps, a little bit of core cardio movement in between, and then some biceps. So movement in between is going to be our burpees. We'll extend out. You might add in your push-up. You might omit. So I'll show a few variations of our burpees here. And all together, if the movement's not for you, you can do a squat. You could do a lunge. You can rest for a moment. Ten seconds left. Good, and rest. Take a few deep breaths. We'll grab our weights. Good job. From here, you can stand strong, traditional stance. So you just have to work in a little bit of balance. So balance, really focus your eyes. Allow that standing leg to feel really stable. And we'll work a curl variation. So go from a hammer position to a more traditional curl here. And then we've also added in that bit of balance for our first curl set. We've got 5 more on this side, then we'll switch legs. Good, last one. And then we'll switch second leg. Find your balance, allow for those little fluctuations. And again, we'll work towards curling here. Slow, controlled movements. Good, we're halfway on this side. Good, last 2. Good, I'll step out now to ideally a wider plie. Again, you can stand regular stance or take a little plie variation where I'm gonna go feet a little wider. As long as my knees and toes tracking the same line, I'm good to go. So lock the shoulder to the elbow in, and then we'll find our curl variations. Okay, this first set will go a more traditional curl, full range and full movement. And notice from the side, I keep my posture nice and tall. And I'm always emphasizing a little press out of my knees rather than a buckle in of my knees. Good, we're halfway there. Good, last 3. Good, and rest. So make sure that you're clear side to side. Our cardio movement is gonna be shuffles. I can go with or without my weights. To shuffle down, shuffle back. You might add a touchdown. Ten seconds left. Good time, shake it out. Lower your weights if you want, grab a quick sip of water if you want. We're gonna do those movements back to back. So we've got our 2 triceps, our 2 biceps. Triceps, 1. I can either have 1 weight, or I like to crisscross my weights, adds a little bit extra to these low weight variations. Biceps are framed, elbows up, strong foundation through the core as we press the numbered end of the weight straight up. Good, from a side view. Good, we're halfway through. Good, last 3. Good. From here, safely separate your weights. Find that little bent over variation. Again, active belly, shoulders and chest are open rather than rounded, right? This open variation. I bring my shoulder to elbow up high. Good, even stance as I work my double kick back or singles, whichever you feel is best. Good, so we're getting well warmed up here. Make sure the movements are full. We're rocking it out. Last 5. Good, and time. We'll stand it up, shake it out. Again, grab water at a time, or move with us right through that next balance set. Balance first, shoulders roll back, second leg wherever it's comfortable. For your curl, maybe your curl to press. Okay, adding on if you'd like, curl or curl to press. Good, we're halfway through on this side, whichever variation you've chosen. Good. Final two. Good, we'll switch legs. Again, find that comfortable balance. Focus your eyes, either your curl or your varied curl, or your curl to press up. Good, we're halfway there. Good, final three. Good, and rest. Find your balance. Find your plie squat if you'd like to come with us through this. Again, as long as the knees and toes track in the same line, we're good to go. This variation, we're going to work around with 21s. So from here, we'll go from the low position, middle way. The second 7 will go middle way to the top. The third 7 will go all the way through for the curl. So from the bottom to the center for the first 7, 7, 6. Good. Keep the arms parallel to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now from parallel to the top, and we'll pause at the bottom parallel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final 7 all the way for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Stand it up. Shake out those legs. We're going to go right into calf raises. You might add a little shoulder shrug. So I'll lift high towards my toes. I'll keep my heels fluctuating just slightly as I work my calf raises. Here, I'll also try to do a little shoulder shrug. Should you like that? Again, we want the collarbones nice and broad as we work these, especially if you're working the shrug too. Lift a little higher here. Build those calves, build that balance and stability. Do a final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. Shake it all out. Place your weights down. Grab a quick sip of water if you'd like. So we will continue on as we work towards a bit of shoulder work here. For our shoulders, I'll first start off with a side lateral raise. So even stance in the legs are about shoulder distance. Shoulders roll back and away. I'll work my double raise or a single out to the side, 1 and 1. I'm going to keep the wrist nice and straight. Bring the arms parallel towards the ground. And again, same strong foundation to the core and midsection. This helps to have our posture better, helps us to breathe easier, and gives us the overall lifting and fitness stance and engagement. Final 5. Good, last 3. Awesome. From here, we're going to press up and bring the arms out. So they're almost like a little cactus variation. I'll press up, back to home, and then center. And out. So we've got our chest and shoulder press up, home, and center. Notice we're trying to keep our elbows in line with the shoulders. That precision work here. And if you don't have the benefit of a mirror or your best big view of yourself, have that perception through the eye line to look toward the side of the eye to see the elbows in line with the shoulders. We got 5 more. Good, last 3. 2. And 1. Good, rest. As we move right along, we're going to find our forward hang or from a side view. Notice I'm not rounding. I want that good long posture that we've been talking about, where we'll find our row to then complement that chest work. So as we row from here, I'll allow my arms to hang, and I'll pull up and through. We're done from the front view. I allow the arms to hang, and then I'm going to pull up and through. My elbows and the side of my arms graze toward my side ribs. You want to squeeze and contract the back towards the top. Right? Slow movements. You want that time under tension here. You want the body to really feel the slow movement and work. And remember, that mind-body connection is so real. So think about your back getting stronger. Think about your core engagement and how awesome it is that you're doing this little workout here today. We've got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We'll take it down to the ground. Now, if you've got a little towel or a pad for some groundwork, you can find some groundwork. Let me see if I can change our angle slightly. So, protecting the back here at all costs when we make our way towards the ground. Option 1 for our chest press is going to be here with my feet flat. Okay, my knees bending, and I'll press my arms straight up. If you feel very comfortable and there are no back issues, I might press my back down, lift my legs up, head and neck can lift as well for our chest press plus. Only advance up if you feel very comfortable, right? You want to work from a really strong, stable foundation and then advance up. So keep pressing, and either way, press your back down just a little bit as you press those arms up. Good, we got 5 more here. And up. Next back movement before we repeat. We're going to take it to the ground for our plank row. From my plank, I can be knees up or knees down. Should you just like to work your row, we'll work our row from here and then stabilize. If you'd like to add in a push-up, it'll be 1 push-up for a right and left row. Again, here we've got the arm grazing in towards the side rib. You've got that long posture and strong neckline. And you might be doing this either knees up or knees down. Let's try 3 more full sets. Last one. Good, we'll pause and rest. Our cardio option is going to be our burpees plus. So should your weights be small weights, I have 5 pounds, so I think that's a great higher end weight. 2s, 3s, all great too. Something like a 10, you might not want to do this, but we've got our burpees plus, which might be adding in a bit of that weight. Okay, you can also work your jumping jacks or take this time to rest. Final 3. Good, nice job. Let's shake it out, we'll repeat. All right. So here we go. We've got our weights once again. Safety picked up. We've got our strong stance, and we'll find our side lateral raise. Doubles or singles. Good, we got 5 more here. That's too many, do less. Good. We'll find, maybe you add in our plie squat. Should you like to add the plie, we'll go back to our chest and shoulder press. If the plie is too much, you'll stand like our original variation. Maybe you're a little lighter. Remember, elbows in line with the shoulders. Back is nice and tall. Belly is active. Last 3. Good, and rest. We'll stand it up and shake it out. So we've got our bent over rows. For our bent over row, as we did before, even weight in the legs, arms can hang. I'll pull up and through for my row variation. Very similar to that row from the plank that we see at the back side of this. Good, we got 5 more here. Good, and rest. We'll stand it up. Variation 1 or 2 from the ground. You might find your pad. You might find your towel. We'll go from the side view here for our chest press. Maybe our chest press plus. Good, we got 5 more here. Good, and rest. We'll see if you sit up, and we'll turn it over from our plank or from your modified plank. We're going to go back to our second row variation. If you don't like the way that your hands feel on your weights, you can also go hands flat. Actually, we'll tuck the weights into the side, so you might have your palms flat, and then pick up each weight individually if you don't like the feeling of the weights under your hands. So try out both variations, but keep the hips nice and stable. Keep the neckline nice and strong. Last 3. One more. Let's stretch it back. We've got our burpees plus. Should you want to use your weights? We've got our burpees traditional. Maybe you don't want to use those weights. Burpees plus, have fun. Traditional burpees. There we go. Halfway. Last two. Good, take some few deep breaths. Grab some water after those deep breaths. Good job. All right. Lift weights. We're gonna revisit our lunges. So lunge variations, again, you can find a squat instead if the squat is better. I'm going to step back, so I'm going to make sure I'm clear. So we'll step back for our reverse lunge again. Got weights in hand, but I might add a twist to my front knee. Step back to center. You might even touch the weights together. Sometimes that's good for that connection. Step back if you feel comfortable. Twist to that front down leg. Last 6. Last one. Good. We'll take it down towards the mat here for a brief moment for some core work. We'll bring it back up for some balance work and call it a day. Call it a coffee cup class. So taking it down to the ground. We've got a traditional push-up, maybe a sit-up or a sit-up plus. Sit-up plus will be with the reach. Traditional sit-up will be no reach. And of course, body weight or one weight is also great. When we have a strong core, the rest of the body tends to be really strong too. So we'll always focus on our core. Last 5. Weights off to the side. Hands under your low back, active belly, leg flutters. From the side. Relax. Flutters. Towel or pad could be underneath your backside, as can the hands. Head and neck could be up, or head and neck could be down here. Zip up the legs, leg raises. Last 2. Legs out, little circles. Slow, close to the ground, legs are long. Pause and reverse your circles. Back to scissor, flutter, up and down. And then we'll add on our scissors, left over right, right over left. Back to flutters. Make the flutters a little longer, so legs extend out, low to high, high to low. Now small flutters. Back to our leg scissors, right over left, left over right. And those leg raises. You might add hip raise at the top. Halfway. Good. Release the hands, cross the legs, crunch it up. Either legs in the air or feet to the ground. Last 10. Keep breathing. This is our home stretch. Good. Right into bicycles. Elbow to opposite knee as we extend out. Good. Pause here. Feet flat. And neck up if you can. Little heel touchers. Work those obliques. Step the heels a little further away. Keep touching the heels. Last 10. Final 5. Good, rest. We are going to bring it right back up for balance, and then we are done. So weights off to the side, stand it up, shake it out, find a little bit balanced, right? Balance is so important for us. We worked a little bit earlier from some of our curl variations. So here we'll see another balance variation to come. If you've been with me before, good thing, you've probably done this with me already. So for our balance, I'll bring my foot to hover and I'll extend it back like a warrior 3. Whoops, like our one leg, single leg deadlift. So we'll hover the foot and then extend back. Top body like a capital T. Now let's aim for 3 on each side and then repeat. Try to hover the leg the whole time. So focus my eyes, extend back, hands close to the ground, but they don't need to touch. I'll try to keep this opposite leg hovering if I can. Building that stability, and you'll find that even with our second round, you'll feel a little better. Good, shake it off, we'll do it again. Standing leg, focus your eyes, active belly, stand strong, and we'll find our single leg deadlift for 3. Good, switch, find that balance, hover, focus, stand tall, 3. Good, shake it out. We are gonna take it down here, interlace the hands, rotate the wrists, ball the foot onto the ground, rotate. Reverse, opposite, wrist rotation, opposite ankle. Continuing with our balance, focus your eyes, grab 1 foot laces, balance against the wall should you like that, or use any close prop. And switch. Good, release. One arm across, breathe. You can rotate this wrist, you might go the opposite way of the hand. Switch. Good, back through center. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Please continue to stretch out, continue to make sure that you stay hydrated, and thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be able to have the means to be able to connect with you, right? And we have the technology nowadays in a time when we're a little more separate to connect here. So join us again for our little coffee cup cardio, coffee cup workout, and we will see everybody soon. All right, thank you.